Hi everyone, welcome back to Soulmate's Cooking. Today we have a great dinner that you're gonna love making for your family.
Today we're making baked salmon with some beautiful peaches since they're in season. Gonna be great.
All right, you ready to cook this salmon?
Let's do it.
This is one of our favorite recipes from the cookbook. You can get our cookbook on Amazon if you just search for Soulmate's Cooking. All right, the first thing I want to do is get the salmon out of the package. This is some nice Atlantic salmon. So I'm going to try to make sure that I can cut the salmon down a bit so I could fit it inside of our little baking pan here. And again, we're going to save this. You can grind this up and make salmon burgers. Nothing goes to waste.
That works.
That'll work out nicely, right? And how much dill do we need in this recipe?
Quarter cup.
We love to use fresh herbs. We'll save all these stems for stock too. Just fun to cook together, right, huh?
Yes. We cook together all the time.
This doesn't have to be perfect. Just run your knife through it a few times. I think that's fine.
It's good.
You don't like salmon that much, do you?
Not my favorite, but I make it for our family all the time because everybody else loves it.
Probably be really good with like a sea bass.
Sea bass, yeah. We haven't tried it with sea bass. That would be great.
You could change it up. I think the concept for this dish is really about mixing the sweet and savory ingredients. I love that. If you have one that's ripe like this, it really makes this easy. You just score it around the pit, turn, open it up. Pit should come right out. No problem. So I'm going to cut the peaches in maybe half-inch slices. First measured out all the ingredients. Just preheated the oven. What'd you preheat the oven to, babe?
400.
400 degrees. You got to cook the glaze, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to bring our little portable burner in. Nice big saute pan. This pan is cold, not on. What do you have here? Half a cup?
Half a cup of water. 2 tablespoons of butter.
2 tablespoons of butter. Quarter cup apple cider vinegar.
And then here's sugars. Half a cup of brown. And then a quarter cup of granulated. That's a cup of peach preserves.
All right, that'll give some texture to the sauce. Now all we have to do is season this. Salt and pepper, that's it?
Yeah.
We always say salt and pepper to taste. Now, we've been cooking together for 30 years.
Yeah.
And we always say a little salt and pepper makes a good meal great. All right, we want to put this on high heat. This will take probably 3 to 5 minutes to come to a boil. Let that just boil for just a minute or two. Just have everything come together. Then we're going to lower this heat, put our peaches in. All right, once we get the peaches down inside this glaze, just move them around. You want to make sure you maintain a simmer. So we're going to play with the heat a little bit so that every part of this glaze is simmering now with the peaches. Once I get it to that point, I'm going to let it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. I really want that glaze to thicken. All right, I think it's time to assemble the salmon and get it ready for the oven. So we have our baking pan. We have our trimmed piece of salmon. Before we owned our own restaurant, I trained for years under French master chefs, and they just pounded it in our brains. Season everything, season in layers, right? Little salt and pepper. So we're gonna make sure we always season whatever protein we're cooking. So we're gonna season the salmon, both sides, salt and pepper. Now what are we gonna do, hon? We're just spooning these.
We're spooning them all around.
Yeah, I don't wanna put all the glaze in here, so we're just using a slotted spoon. Take those peaches and distribute them around the salmon. How long have we taken to prep this so far? 15, 20 minutes?
Right, yeah, that's easy. You're really just chopping up peaches and dill. If you're worried about the sugar, swap it out for honey. You can use a sugar-free preserves. Just experiment a little bit.
Too often people look at recipes and they get boxed in by it. Like, oh, I don't like that recipe. Well, wait a minute. Did you like peaches with fish? Then switch the fish. Did you like the glaze but you don't like that sugar? Then switch that ingredient. Spoon this glaze around the edges here a little bit. Just want to have that bake with the salmon. And then we're going to put a little bit on top too. Once you get the salmon and the peaches and a little bit of glaze, take the fresh dill that we chopped up earlier. Try to sprinkle that evenly.
We're gonna bake it for about 12 minutes and then switch to broil. Finish it off.
With salmon, we like 140 to 145 is perfect. You know, don't be embarrassed that you have to use a thermometer. I've been a chef for over 3 decades and I use a thermometer every time that I cook because I want to be right in that target temperature.
Makes the world of difference.
All right, well, the salmon's baking. We want to just leave this glaze on low and it'll get nice and thick, but you can see it's already starting to thicken up nice. All right, guys, we're taking a pause here just for a second because we've baked it for 12 minutes now. Let's get a temperature check. That's 120 down here. There's a thin side and a thicker side.
Almost the same.
110 to 120 is perfect because now we're going to broil it for 5 minutes, and if you have to broil it for an extra minute or two, you could do that to get it to that target temperature. All right, so the salmon is done broiling. You could see actually some of the peaches blistered and browned a little bit. And we have a little bit of browning on top of the salmon. 146.
That's good. Perfect.
Kind of jumping between 143, 147. Perfect. If you go to 150, 155, everyone's gonna love it. Just don't go to 170.
Then you have this on the side, the other half of the sauce that just got
And
big.
it's that coals, it gets like even thicker.
Yeah.
Right? You serve this with what? Side of rice? Or
Sure, yeah. Well, veggies if you really feel like being healthy.
how about a glass of wine?
Wine for sure. Kids are gonna be happy to come down to this, huh?
Yeah, I love the middle.
This is one of their faves.
Give me a couple of these peaches with some fresh dill.
So nice.
Just cakes right on the salmon, drizzled around for a little garnish. And let's try it out.
This dill on the peaches is fun.
Oh, that sweet and the savory just mixes so well together. All right, guys, that's it. That's our baked salmon and peaches. We hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you like and you subscribe to our channel, and we're going to try to release a new recipe every week, and we want you to know when we do. So we'll see you on the next one.